everybody, it's Kris here at the YMCA, here to give us our weekly Devo. I hope you're doing well on this morning, this evening, this afternoon, whenever you're watching this video. I hope you're doing well. Put in the comments, something that you like about it. We miss you guys. Let us know that, you miss us back. Stuff like that. Put in the comments and stuff what you want to hear in a Devo or something like that. But anyway, just to give a quick recap, 2 weeks ago, our first one, we talked about peace. And then last week, we talked about moving forward with Martin Luther King's quote. And then this week, we're going to take a turn. And if you couldn't tell, my mind is everywhere. So when it comes to thinking of a Devo, of how am I going to do this, I try to think of what's most relevant in my life that's probably relevant in other people's lives, so your lives and stuff like that. And so I've been listening to the song, and as a youth pastor, I'm getting to know that youth students never think of one thing more than probably 2 to 3 times a day. Like, their mind is constantly moving. And so that's the way that I am. I'm trying to make sure that I'm able to keep up with them and keep my mind steady and with theirs. But anyway, I've been listening to the song, and it's a great song, and we're going to go from it and kind of go into a little bit of scripture. But it's called More Than Enough, and it's a great song. And just thinking of the song, it's like More Than Enough. It's by Jesus Culture, and it's like, how do we have that concept of we have more than enough right now? Some people, I can go ahead and answer that for you, no. Because looking at the grocery stores, just going to pick up a few things, there's aisles that are just empty, and it's because people are overbuying, and people aren't confident in tomorrow. People aren't confident on what the future may hold. And I understand, I'm scared as well sometimes, but we have to understand that what we have will last us for the time that we are going to be in this. And so just to move around, let's go into the song. The song states, "Finally my eyes can see you've never abandoned me. I'm held by the kindness of a father who won't let go. My father, you never give up. If there's one thing I know, it's how you love me so. Jesus, you are more than enough." Skipping on, then it goes to forever strong, forever faithful, in every storm, in every battle, all my life, you are enough for me. And then there's a part where they just break into a spontaneous part of worship, and she begins to sing, "Worry can never conquer me because you already have." Understand that God, we are more than conquerors through Jesus Christ. God has already put that within our hearts and in our lives. So if we are bonded with Him, which we say we are when we're considered Christians, that we become His children, we become authority like Him. And so we have more than enough. Our Father is going to provide more than what we need. You will always be taken care of. It may not seem like it, and things may not go the way that we want it to go. Things may not look the way we want it to look. But we need to understand that He has us in His hands. He will never give up on you. He will never let go. Even when we decide that sometimes we turn away from Him, sometimes we let go of Him, guess what? He's still holding on because He loves you. Just like that 1 Thessalonians 5:24 says, God will make this happen, for He calls you, for he who calls you is faithful. Sorry. So He is calling, and He is the faithful God. So God will never fail. God has never failed. Look back in your life, and it may not look the way, like I said, it may not look the way that you wanted it to look. It may not happen the way that you wanted it to happen, but it came to happen. It came to pass the way that God needed it to. It came when He needed it to. So as we're going through this, and as Georgia's beginning to open back up, and some places are opening up, just begin to have that mindful spirit of God is more than enough for me. That I may think that I need to overbuy, but I don't need to. I may think that I need to go and do this when I may not need to, because I have enough at the house. I have enough just knowing that God is going to continue to comfort me and guide me through my life. And so that's just something I want to stick with you guys, is that God is more than enough. God will give you more than enough. He's never going to send you into a place that you're not prepared. You will always have what you need from Him, and He will always make sure that you have it. Especially, somebody told me this, and I'll end on this, is that God funds His will. So if it's in His will, you will be taken care of. Love you. Hope that sticks with you. Can't wait to see you next week. All right.